Republican Colorado Congressman Ken Buck was at that hearing and joins me now. Congressman, thanks for being here. I want to just pull up these numbers real quick so our audience can see what we're talking about. We've got the fentanyl numbers. Fiscal year 22, more than 14,000 pounds brought across the border and seized. Fiscal year 2023, 21,000 pounds of fentanyl at the southern border. You say, and some of your colleagues say, that alone would be enough for impeachment. But can you convict him on that basis?
Well, I don't think we can convict him on the basis of the fentanyl that was seized at the border. I think the real harm that's been done to this country is the fentanyl that wasn't seized, the fentanyl that has ended up killing tens of thousands. We have between 60 and 70,000 Americans dying every year. After I made the statement yesterday in that hearing, I received several texts from friends of mine who had had a relative die of an overdose of fentanyl. And it is just embarrassing that this Secretary of Homeland Security thinks that leaving the border open is somehow humanitarian. It is a good thing to do. It is what our obligation is to the rest of the world. Americans are dying, and this secretary is responsible for it.
Now, again and again yesterday, Secretary Mayorkas defended the administration, saying that the border policies are working. But you look at the numbers, Southwest border encounters, pull up call for number 3, fiscal year 21, 1.73 million, 22, 2.37 million, and fiscal year 2023, year to date, 1.78. We're not even through it yet. Do you say that his defenses of the administration to you in Congress constitute a lie?
Well, I don't think they're lies. We have a difference of opinion, and he is putting his opinion in the best light possible. That is not necessarily a lie. Do I think that there are misleading statistics that he's offering? Absolutely. Do I think when he says, we're doing the very best we can, we know that these precursors are produced at a particular factory or several factories in China, shipped to the Mexican cartels, put together in Mexico, and then shipped into the U.S. This administration has done nothing. No sanctions against China, no trade sanctions against China, nothing to stop the production of the precursors, and also hasn't done anything to deal with the Mexican cartels. That's an embarrassment, and it's an embarrassment that will cost President Biden in the election.
So do you think that your Republican majority should pursue impeachment of Secretary Mayorkas?
I certainly think an inquiry and the opportunity to look more. Now, the Judiciary Committee is looking into it. The Oversight Committee is looking into it. So is it impeachment ready right now? I want to stay away from impeachment. We have the Holman Rule, which would allow us to defund the secretary's position and make sure that this secretary isn't serving down the road. That, to me, is a much better option because we don't have to rely on a two-thirds vote in the Senate to impeach. We can just, through the appropriations process, get rid of this secretary.
And a couple of days ago, I just want to get clarity on your position on an impeachment inquiry for the president, because you said in an interview that Kevin McCarthy's impeachment inquiry threat is basically just dangling a shiny object to distract from the fight over spending right now. So are you saying that you don't think an inquiry is the right approach for any member of the administration at all?
No, I don't. I'm not saying that at all. I think that right now we're dealing with the appropriations process. Speaker McCarthy has promised conservatives in the House a low appropriations number. He's promised President Biden a high appropriations number. He's doing everything he can to obfuscate, to avoid the real issues, which are how do we deal with spending. We have 6 different committees that are looking into President Biden and Hunter Biden at this point. We don't need to start floating the term impeachment when we have such a serious investigation process going on right now.
What's your concern about the inquiry? Because some of your colleagues have defended it, saying it's the only way we might be able to get the documents that we need when we need them.
Yeah, we have many witnesses, IRS agents, FBI agents, others who are coming in to testify. And these whistleblowers are giving us the kind of information that we need to put together. This isn't the point in time. If there's an inquiry, an impeachment inquiry, it's something that's going to happen late this year, early next year. But this is the period of time when we continue the investigations. At the same time, we need to make sure that we are focusing on the spending. We have $4 trillion of debt. That's the deal that Speaker McCarthy made with President Biden. That is an existential crisis for this country. We need to stay focused on cutting every dime we can out of the federal budget.
There's going to be a big fight ahead in your chamber over that soon. We'll be watching it. All right, sir, thank you so much for being with us. Congressman Ken Buck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bill?